Mr. Tillman, good to see you again. There's a few outstanding charges. Just before we check you in, let's see here. You left your passport in the mini fridge and a message with the desk says here the picture isn't or just a reminder.
Father John Misty is a stage name for an American singer, songwriter, and musician called Josh Tillman. He's been active as a musician since 2001. He's been prolific in many bands, including Fleet Foxes, and solo, both as Jay Tillman and as Father John Misty. And he's also done some collaborations. He seems to never sleep, this guy. He was somewhat famously brought up in a rather restrictive Christian home, and he has been known to be very critical of Christians, especially in the USA. So this is my first Father John Misty album, first time I've ever listened to one. It was his fourth album under that name that he released. And I could see this coming up, and I knew a little bit about him. And I was anticipating it because I knew he was a good songwriter, but also mildly dreading it as well, because I know that he has a reputation for being anti-Christian. And in fact, I have heard one of his songs on the radio, which is how I first became aware of him, and found that it was very critical. And the reason why I found that particularly uncomfortable sometimes is because I am myself a Christian. So this doesn't mean that I am opposed to listening to anything that is critical. It's just sometimes I get frustrated when I don't feel that those criticisms are unfounded. Anyway, putting that aside, this album, I actually didn't detect anything or much at all that is anti-Christian on this, so that was a bit of a relief, I guess, in that sense. It's an album with a load of songs, mostly about life, about being on the road, about living in hotels. He was definitely living in a hotel as he wrote this album over quite a short period of time. And I found it to be good. I found it to be really strong songwriting. It's honest and thoughtful. Excuse me. Sometimes he has a bit of an unusual flow to his words. It's a bit like speaking, more like a monologue than a song at times. It's almost conversational. There's times when it's not, kind of properly scanning and rhyming and things like that. And that's fine because he uses that in a good way. And it becomes very real as a result, which is good. So he's used that well. Musically, it's fairly varied, I guess. It's kind of medium light rock. I'm kind of in my head. I've got this as singer-songwriter, really, which basically means it's varied, it's light, but he'll pick up on any style that he feels he wants to use. It strongly reminded me at times of Elton John, especially when he's playing the piano. I'm guessing it's him playing the piano and singing. His voice is quite similar to Elton John's, especially in his younger years. And so overall, I thought it was strong musically. I thought it was very strong in terms of songwriting. So I really enjoyed it.